Price capitulation, baby dolls. I'm giving you a very special update. We're going to be speaking about the prices. As we are witnessing right now, Bitcoin actually is crashing. Maybe by the time you see this, is moving fast below $86,000. Could be 85, 83, 80. Could be $2 right now. This is the CME price chart. It did come back to close the gap at around $91,000. But I'm giving you this special price update. I made a special video for you because some strange things continue to happen, friends. Look, I'll be honest. There is somebody in denial right now. It's Bitcoin maxis. All right? Nothing to do with altcoins. Bitcoin is dropping. The Bitcoin dominance, friends, is continuing to tick down. We're going to go down to even the shorter time frames. I'm going to show you this as well. Let's actually put the super trend. So the Bitcoin dominance is down to 58.79%. And we're watching this and we're like, huh? What's going on here? What's going on here? This is it, friends. So this super trend is just the weekly time frame. So it's a weekly time frame super trend, but the candles, I'm just using a daily. So friends, this thing is literally, it's defying belief right now. So look, this is just why we use ratios, okay? This is important. Let's play some Pumpy music, all right? Because we deserve it. This is why we use ratios, okay? Ratios are easier to predict than like the outright leg with USD, okay? Everyone thinks they can predict the USD, but no. For example, Bitcoin dominance right now is actually going down. Bitcoin's crashed through levels. Never before happened, by the way. We're actually in, friends, this has literally never happened before. What I'll do now is I'll show you the Bitcoin price action trend, friends. It's trading like, 86, 85. There are levels down here. 75 is going to get down there. I don't know, but I just want to show you this, right? So, I'm de-risking here. So, friends, what's actually happening is, covering it for you, people who wanted to de-risk on a relief rally at 100K, they're getting out now. The volumes are piling up. They're actually getting out now. There's also a giant player. I'm telling you, this is really weird. Like, Bitcoin is literally tanking like a rock, and altcoins are just sitting there watching this poopiness, and Bitcoin dominance is going down. Okay, that's why it's actually wild to see this. And I have the ETH-BTC chart as well, just to show you. So ETH-BTC is sinking down and hanging around here, but overwhelmingly, we can actually see this is why it's literally Bitcoin maxis are like in denial as to what's going on. Like, there is a big person just liquidating Bitcoin right now. Literally, it's Bitcoin dominance continues to sink. And that's why it is quite interesting. Because, like once again, if I go back and I just show you the Bitcoin price chart, even on the weekly, as it continues sinking lower and lower here, okay, it's down around 32% here. So this is, friends, this doesn't happen, okay? This is why it's literally never done this before, all right? Where we've actually broken a price structure of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dominance is going down. That normally doesn't happen. Usually the Bitcoin dominance goes down when Bitcoin is distributing. Okay, Bitcoin is distributing in here, has lower highs, but it's still distributing out here. But actually breaking down a level, it's actually, never before seen. So what's actually going on? Well, as I elaborated here for you, I have been saying, and I could just feel this, right? I've been here the whole time, friends. This is the Bitcoin dominance. All right. But you remember, friends, you get an actual better picture if we look at it with the weekly super trend. When Trump won, which was here's Trump won, and then the Bitcoin dominance went down, there was actually one green OTHERS-btc candle. We thought, okay, finally, PMI is really, 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 really bad. Finally, Trump's in. The forward-looking indicators are good. Altcoins are going to go up. That was a fake out. Unfortunate. And then Bitcoin dominance went up. So what actually happened, friends, was this is what I think what happened. And I was actually making videos during this time. Do you remember? I was very frequently, like every second day I was making videos. The whole time I was saying, look, Bitcoin dominance is extremely dangerously overvalued. Everybody long Bitcoin up here, which is literally the whole world, they are only long for Bitcoin strategic reserve. And it was irrational exuberance. They refused to look at Ethereum, to look at any altcoin. They refused to look at non-Bitcoin stuff. purely because in their minds, they go, oh, you're all scams. You're all worth nothing. And I'm sitting here like, uh-oh. You guys are going to get absolutely bonked, dude. So this is interesting, right? This thing is, friends, the amount of weak hands still in here, they're in denial right now, okay? They're in denial. So it's funny, in the Wall Street cheat sheet, it might actually just play out for Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. Where these people, friends, coming in here, they are slowly in denial, all right? And then as it goes down, there's going to be, at some point, there's going to be this panic area where they realize, oh, crap, we have a lot of weak hands. We've got weak hand Wall Streeters. They just sell Bitcoin. They don't own any altcoins. Altcoins have been in a 4-year bear market. So what everybody thought was happening was going to happen. Okay, this is why that's why we use Bitcoin dominance is a ratio. It's a ratio of Bitcoin to the whole market cap. It's a ratio. This tells us more information than just the outright price. Because what did everybody think was going to happen? Everybody thought the only reason that this Bitcoin dominance could ever go down, what people thought is Bitcoin's going to go up to 150K, maybe altcoins get a bit of burst, and they can all exit all freely and make a lot of money. But that's markets, man. There's no free lunch. And it was priced in. Too many weak hands. That's what happened. That's it, man. Like, look, that's why, friends, look, when I show you, for example, this Bitcoin dominance chart, I show this to you on the 12-month chart. This is the 1-year chart, man. And friends, literally 1, 2, 3, 4. People FOMO bought Bitcoin dominance. Okay, it's only ever gone up 3 years in a row. They FOMO bought super aggressively the 4th green yearly candle in Bitcoin dominance. Because why? Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, Donald Trump, I hate altcoins, Ethereum's a scam, who cares about these? That's actually what's happening, all right? So it has to unwind. And just to give you an idea of how super expensive, overly bought that Bitcoin dominance was, this is why I'm just telling you how critical it is. We're not even in a PMI rising environment. The Bitcoin dominance is already going down. It's a footprint just telling us, man, these guys got it totally wrong. Friends, do you remember even up here, Willy Woo, literally at 66% Bitcoin dominance, said Bitcoin dominance is going to 90%. I've invested in all the Bitcoin miners. Do you remember? And I said, warning, warning. No, you're about to make the mistake of your life. It's not he said, she said. Okay, I get it. But just like, that's why, friends, I'm here to help you to see. Like, why do they do that, friends? Why do they do that? Well, everything I've taught you. They were running off the back of 3 green yearly candles. So they had the most confidence. They said, 3 green yearly candles. That means Bitcoin dominance is going up forever. Big mistake to assume that. And then they said, there's too many altcoins. Incorrect conclusion. And they said Ethereum is dog shit. Incorrect conclusion. They said, it's worth nothing. Incorrect conclusion, brother. This is it. It has to unwind, man. That's why, look, in my mind, Bitcoin dominance, your fair value, like, today, based off everything, should be 50%. That's where we are today. That's not Bitcoin at 140K, 150K. You should be to be 50%, and I think you should be going lower. That's just it. Like, I don't... It's funny, friends. Everyone thinks there's this triangle that's going to hold. I wonder if this is actually going to break it down like that. Right? And actually what's going to happen is we're going to redraw this, and it's going to be a bear flag. Bitcoin dominance. I wonder if that's what's going to happen, I wonder if that's going to happen up here. We'll see. We'll see. I know we're just drawing big macro triangles, but like I've got to tell you this, how dangerous this is to make these assumptions. This is what happens in markets, friends, like, because this is how you... See, everyone says, de-risk, and do this to protect yourself and follow all these traders. No, dude, this is more important. We've used a ratio... You can, and it was painful, right? Because you got to see everyone come out. Digital asset strategy, buying more Bitcoin. Friends, I don't want anyone hurt, but just me, I'm just saying every day, I'm like, dude, Michael Saylor is turbo leverage long Bitcoin purely off the fact that they hate Ethereum. See, that's how irrational it is, friends. ETH-BTC at 0.03s here is a joke. This thing should be up here. It should be in the 5. That's where the spot ETF is. It's got stable coins on it, bro. It's got 350 billion stable coins all in the altcoin market. 180 billion is just on Ethereum, dude, right now. And they're going to put in trillions. They literally told you they're going to put in trillions. So, you know, how does this adjust? I don't know. Many people, we all thought Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes up. Hey, what if Bitcoin goes down and Ethereum goes up? Just like the other happened, right? Bitcoin went up, Ethereum went down. So that's something to think about, okay? Also, Tom Lee's buying. Give an update. Tom Lee just bought another 17,000 ETH. He's 17,000 Ethereum purchased. Shout out to Fred Hex. He really is a crowd favorite. Crowd favorite, Tom Lee. He's copping a lot of flack. A lot of people being very mean and stuff to him. Yeah, man, when you're bullish and you have that perspective, you cop a lot of heat. Bitcoin dominance continues to sink lower. There's a huge Bitcoin seller. Yeah, this is important to understand this just conceptually, friends, because you're gonna see some notions break. All right, you gotta, friends. Like I know most of you are not caught with everyone else. Actually, none of you are, but you don't have to trust me for it. I'll just tell you this: there is millions of people. There's 400 million people in crypto. I think the real number is like 500 million-ish now. You got to think about this, friends. 58% Bitcoin dominance. So there's literally, I'm telling you now, there are millions and millions and millions of people over-leveraged just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. Okay? This is the unfortunate part, man. So, you know, the mispricing can go on for so long, the crowd gets trapped in one area. You just tell they're trapped. And, you know, we've all had to suffer, right? Because we're sitting here wondering if altcoins are ever going to be worth their... get a time to shine in the sun, right? So obviously we don't know where we're going from here, but if I just, you know, get some Bitcoin weekly chart action here, it's down 32% or so. They got shorter and sharper each time. Bitcoin down 32%. Just want to show you, yeah, so 42 days to 45 days or whatever. Don't know where it stops or if it stops at all. I guess now it's now going to be, are we in some sort of channel? A Copium Channel? Are we in a Copium Are we in a Copium Channel here where we come back up and then year of the snake, maybe the S&P NASDAQ rolls over first month next year, Bitcoin comes back down, squares everyone, $88,000 again, everyone thinks it's all over, they cut rates, and then something happens up here where we go up. You never know. And then Bitcoin actually, you never know. It'd be funny, right? If it actually just peaks somewhere like here by the end of next year, like 140. And everyone's expecting like higher and it comes back down. Because, friends, it has to unwind that Bitcoin dominance. It has to. Either the alternative is we just all get like unimaginably rich. Could still happen. But that's why I show you ratios. They're easier to solve than just the outright leg. Because the ratios are two assets against each other, right? Goes up and goes down, okay? But when you do the outright leg, which is Bitcoin versus USD, remember, they're Ponzi printing the USD and the volatility is hyper. It's hyper volatility, yeah? So it's easier to predict the ratios. What I mean by predict is like they oscillate more. There's more mean reversion in these. Bitcoin dominance is one of them. OTHERS-btc is one of them as well, all right? And speaking of OTHERS-btc, what we'll do is, in a very family-friendly way, I'll just show you that OTHERS-btc chart. Yeah, man, fans, these things are going to keep ticking and ticking and ticking higher. Man, it's going to be wild. Remember, this value is 0.13, okay? At the beginning of this month, it was 11. It was 11. Now it's at 13, okay, 0.13. Man, it's going to be quite exciting when it gets to 14 and then 15, right? And, like, we're definitely moving along here. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Zoom in. Oh, my. You're watching it live, right? Do you see it? Do you see it? Come closer. Come closer! There's a green monthly candle now on OTHERS-btc on the MACD. Oh, yeah, you suck it! Wow. Who would have thought? Some say thunk. Who would have thunk that Bitcoin dominance would be going down as Bitcoin breaks price structure, and OTHERS-btc would be going up as Bitcoin's crumbling with the Nasdaq. No one gave this any probability at all of occurring. Literally zero. No one thought that. Everybody thought Bitcoin breaks price structure because this is what's happened in the past. Oh, altcoins got to go down heaps. Do they? Do they? Bitcoin dominance should have never been at 66%, Habibi. In fact, it shouldn't even be above 50% right now. It should be around 50. It shouldn't even be around these 57, 58, 59. It shouldn't even be here. That's still racist too. You all bought on turbo Ponzi leverage. That makes no sense. Okay? I give you this, friends, I gave you this perfect example. Do you remember this? I gave you this example. I was literally saying this every day. I said, if you walk into a showroom for a car dealer, a Ferrari, okay? Because you like horses. You're the horse. They've only got one blue Ferrari. One. Imagine how irrational it would be. Let's say the Ferraris go for 500,000. One guy took the blue Ferrari. Imagine you went and offered him, hey, I really love the color blue. I irrationally hate the color red. Why? Because, maybe you had an ex-girlfriend. Maybe, she sent you red love heart emojis and you hate the color red. Okay? Also red candles. And you're like, no. I need to get this blue Ferrari because I hate the color red irrationally. Right? That's what was happening with this Bitcoin dominance. Because they're all using it for the same thing. Because you and I know that, friends. Like, what are you using Bitcoin for, dude? As far as I'm concerned, it's just another ticker on your on your screen. So that what we're effectively saying of the example I was using is imagine how silly willy you are. You're paying $2 million for a blue Ferrari specifically because you hate the color red. Yeah. Now, because you paid $2 million for it doesn't mean the next guy will. All right. Now, obviously, why it was a bit hard to grasp is because they're both Ferraris. Whereas if you speak to Bitcoin Maxi, they go, that's irrelevant. That is an incomplete comparison because what they'll say is Bitcoin's a Ferrari and altcoins are skateboards. And we love skateboards. Okay, that's what they'll say. But that's why, I'm like, dude, what do you use Bitcoin for, bro? I got Bitcoin. Guess what I'll do with it? Nothing. I literally pet it every day. Thank you for existing. That's it. Thank you for existing. What do you use it for? Nothing. You just use it by praying that the price goes up. All right, well, let's see how much you like it when the price doesn't go up as much. So you and I, friends, I'm going to be posting this. You would have seen this by now, me going absolutely wild. OTHERS-btc's flipping. Whoa. You got to understand the power of that, friend. That is absolutely bonkers. So what happens from here? Okay, there was one fake out in March 2024, but because we've had 20 months of going down, look what happened last time we flipped green, friends. Alt season actually came. Yeah, I'm not joking. The last time we flipped green, I know this is wild. This was May, June, July, August. 4 months, 5 months. It was actually alt season. We actually built up into an alt season. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but we have one green candle. I'm just showing you what happens last time. And actually, yeah, this was a big colossal move as well. Yeah, so whenever they flip green, it's huge, man. Yeah, everyone's torn. They're like, wait a minute, but Bitcoin's weak price action and altcoins are strong. And everybody's in disbelief. Yeah. Disbelief as in, well, altcoins haven't gone up yet. When altcoins go up, they'll be in disbelief, saying, I can't believe you're going up while Bitcoin and crypto's in a bear market. But there's also the denial part. All right. Bitcoin Max is total denial. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.